Okay, this. So I will be reacting to Wulzy's final level and video, is what it says top left, and apparently he's leaving the Geometry Dash community. So salute to Wulzy, and this is his last level ever made, and I'm gonna be reacting to it.
Whoa! It's Wulzy. For the final
Okay.
time, welcome back to another Geometry Dash video. Obviously, this is not the easiest video I've ever made. It's actually probably the complete
That makes sense, probably because it's your last video.
opposite. It's probably the hardest video I've ever made, and I don't want to do it, and I can't.
Why don't you want to do it? Oh, because you want to keep, like, making and creating? Well, you gotta do it, and looks like you did it with 9-minute, 20-second video.
Bring myself to really do this, but what this video is about is my final level, One Last Woah. What this level is about.
Is it called One Last Woah because he, like, says, like, whoa at the beginning of every video? Also, the song is by Audiovisual, which is pretty cool.
Is my retirement. This video will serve as my final video on the channel. I just went live for about 5 or 6 hours just finishing this level and verifying it. It's not perfect. It has a lot of flaws, but it's something I'm extremely proud of. So to have it as my final accomplishment in the game, just being out and released, and
I bet this is gonna be a fire level, and it'll probably be rated after he leaves. Well, he's already gone. I hope it gets rated. It might actually be rated. I should check after I see the rest of the
sharing this experience with you, it's very bittersweet. But I'm also happy that this thing has come to a close and I was able to achieve everything I wanted to in my last month on YouTube. I put up the retirement announcement a while ago at this point, and I know a lot of people have been confused and said maybe I milked the retirement, but
What's that star button at the top left? Or middle top left? What is this? Probably some sort of mod.
spending so much of my time and my mind space just thinking about GD and wanting to form that positive community. Seeing it in the flesh today was awesome. I love that. But it's so hard to just now back out respectfully. As I'm going to study abroad, I'm no longer going to have the time that I used to have to sit and just...
Dude, this already looks fire. He just gets into the editor, and you see this? This is actually so cool. Quite a bit of particles. The deck looks so good.
Trawl through the geometry.
I mean, after all, Wulzy's just a good creator. Of course he can make good levels, and this is probably going to be a banger of a final level.
Dash level editor and trial and error and do all of this creative content, and
I like these particles, like, moving by the screen.
I just said to myself, I'd rather go out with a very strong effort and have it be the final time than just try and keep afloat in the next couple of years of my life where I'm studying my master's degree in the US. So this video is going to be very open. I'm just going to go through a couple of things in the level editor. I made this entire level with player colors, so you can see that the...
Okay, that's pretty cool. Does that mean if I play it, it'll be, like, white and, like, light blue because that's what my icon is? But if, like, let's say someone else plays it and green and purple, the entire level will just be green and purple?
There's a pulse trigger that increases the brightness
Pretty sure
and
that's
decreases
what that
the
means.
hue of some of the colors in the level, which is kind of how it has some funky colors near the ending in this UFO, with the particles kind of being different hues. You see there's some pinks in there. Alongside that, I put in an edit color trigger that changes the tint to red. It also increases the brightness of the red and the blue, so the level kind of goes purple a lot of the time. That's if you're using dark player colors, or maybe desaturated ones. Everyone's replay of this level should look pretty different. I was really struggling to get this design to work in the first stream, and it took a lot of trial and error, but I pulled through. Once I got the color scheme to work, the level kind of started falling into place. And one
Just seeing him play this in the editor is so cool. Like, the level is actually so good.
thing that I have a lot of in this level are area triggers. There are a lot of area scales, and there are a lot...
Dude, I love using area triggers. Because, like, basically what they do is, like, you can make multiple objects move with one trigger, and how, like, let's say you use the area, let's do area area fade. So basically, you can change the settings around to make it so when blocks get close to the player, they become invisible. And you can make them change their opacity. And there's also area move, area scale, and area rotate. And they're all just so cool to use.
Of area moves, area fades. At the start of the level, you'll see a ton of these. Over here as well, area move, area fade, area scale for this section with all of the clouds that move. Again, in this wave section, area. And I know a lot of people call me an area trigger merchant. The main thing that I've always pushed as a YouTuber, especially in my building content, is just build whatever you want. See, I just skipped half of my level. I don't care. I had fun building this level. I'm gonna leave it exactly how I want it to. I like skips in levels. I know the rating standards may not suggest that skips are good in levels, but I don't mind if someone skips a pole in my level, it's okay. I don't mind if my decoration isn't exactly mind-blowing, or
I love the moving stars, like, in the background.
This is the same kind of setups over and over again, like the area moves in the level that make up a lot of the backgrounds and the movements.
This looks
I just
actually,
build
like,
it because
decently
I
hard.
liked it. And I don't let anyone tell me what to create or what not to create. And I've always pushed for that in level quest videos too. Even if the levels that I'm playing don't necessarily meet RobTop's rating, quote-unquote, standards, it's not really a thing, but hey. The feedback in those videos is sometimes designed for creators that want to change the level from a raid only to a feature, you know? But alongside that, I've always stood for just create what makes you happy. Doesn't matter if you're a super good creator. GD is an art form that has imaginary standards, and it should always be something that's done for...
That's a fire ending. You jump onto the W's and the O's and the A, and then bam, you get whoa.
Fun at the forefront, or something that's done to express something. This level, whoa, I built in player colors, so that it's custom for every player that goes on. It's built in their colors. I wanted that to be very symbolic, and I wanted it to have its own sweet little idea like that at the front. And that's just how I go about creating.
This seems
and
pretty
people
short,
create for all sorts of different reasons, but
level.
my main ask when I retire is keep up the positive
Still
energy
good,
that
short
I
and sweet,
have tried
which I like.
to exuberate in my videos. Don't bash on levels, don't send hate to creators, encourage new creators. Don't say a level looks soulless, boring, slop, AI generated, I don't know, just let people build whatever they want.
I literally did make an AI generated level once, so yeah. You can call my AI generated because it legitimately is.
Build, and you can give criticism in a variety of different ways, and it doesn't always have to be objective to the rating system. I tried my best in all of the streams of this level to show that things do go wrong in the creating process. Just lowering the expectations of yourself. Do I think these clouds are perfect? Do I think they're the most original thing ever? No. Was it fun to do my silly little UI overlay and experiment with some movements that don't really make any sense? Yes, of course it was. One thing that I found in this level, by the way, that I wish I'd tested more in my videos, maybe I can just point it out real quick here, it's just the warping feature. Like, it's so cool. All of these structures are built...
Yeah, because, like, the warp feature is nice because you can make blocks look like 3D, like they're going forwards. And also, like this, you can make them, like, diagonal-ish by, like, doing one of the things, by moving it around on the warp thing. Also, I see that he has, like, an image thing. That's probably like a mod that lets you like put in images
with a warp on them, like this one right here, where I've kind of shifted it across just to create these topsy-turvy looking structures. I tried something new with these slopes that are also bent to the edge of the level. I put these stretched out stars in the ground. Yes, these are all individual stars, and I know that's not a typical way to create, but I ended up making something really creative with an area scale. And I made this cool little distorted background effect using all of these player colors and just making magic out of just random stuff. That's how I have fun creating. If you have fun creating, making a 1.0 styled layout, go for it. These are all levels that I created very strong memories with through YouTube content. It completely changed the way I viewed the game to have my levels viewed in a variety of different ways rather than just playing the game. What you will find in Geometry Dash is there are a ton of different ways to play, look at, and just enjoy the art that people make in this game. If you submit your level to a level request stream, it's immediately judged rather than enjoyed at first, because it's not found casually, you know? It's found in an official manner where a streamer who is doing level requests is deliberately just going through levels to look at, right? That's something that I've had on my mind recently. Building levels is something that's also quite insane, because just sharing the experience of creating something new from scratch with all of the trigger work, all of the things that inevitably will go wrong when you build a level.
In case you didn't know, I'm terrible at using triggers, so I don't really know much about them. So when he says like all the crazy trigger work, the best I know is like move 10x. Yay. So I'm not really like when I see like 2.2 levels and I see all the triggers, I'm like, how do they keep track of all this? Because well actually layering might help with that, but like there are some that just like using the warp thing, they make the triggers really big and it takes up like most of the screen, so it's really hard to like access stuff.
It's a completely different way to just interact with the game, and seriously, just turning on OBS and just talking about some of the stuff I was creating, why I was building it, with stuff with like Come Back to Earth, one of
Okay, that's a cool effect.
my mid 2.1 levels, the symbolism in that level, I got to share it with my voice and talk about what it meant to me, and it really opens you up to a lot of different avenues in the game. I strongly suggest that if you create anything in GD that's got passion behind it and you've put a lot of time in, there is absolutely a world out there of people that really do care and want to see that. I promise you that. Not being afraid to mess up while building is so important. As I close out this montage of all of these levels that I made with so many amazing people, like the level swaps with Nejfu.
These are all his levels. These are like so good. Also, why is Vortrox here?
EVW, Jonathan,
is he playing one of
Juniper. So many different people with different creation styles. This community is absolutely beautiful, and I just wanted to say it on recording, just with unscripted, just completely off the top of the dome. I love this community, and it's just been such a pleasure to make content and see it make people's days, or just make a positive influence on the community. So all I ask is you just continue the good energy, and I'm so thankful that my journey has been so positive. It's really been such an important thing in my life, and I'm so thankful for everyone that has ever interacted and just said hello or just watched me build something. It means the world. So thank you so much. Thank you, genuinely. Whoa! It's Wulzy. It's now Woah. Thank you for watching.
It's now Wover. Wulzy, it's so sad that you had to leave. Well, everyone, salute to Wulzy. And
I love you all.
now I'm actually gonna
Have a good day.
try this out. Alright, so I found the level. Looks like it isn't rated, and 3 moderators have seen it. So yeah, let's see here. So yeah, this looks like it's the one. So let's try this. Oh dude, this looks completely different than the preview he showed. Since it's using my icon colors, I'm gonna practice this and then actually beat it. Dude, this looks so good. How do creators just make this stuff? Like, how do they come up with the idea? And, like, how do they just choose what colors to use and, like, everything? Because, like, I could never make anything like this. Actually, maybe, like, with years of practice I could, but... in this current state, I cannot. The stars. Do you just like spam here? No. Do 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 do. This is like decently hard. Hold on. He said there's skips in this, so I could probably... Yeah, you can just skip... Oh, but then... Okay. Okay, so you can skip some of the orbs at the beginning. This is like really... Oh, whoops. I did not mean to do that, but sure, I'll try. Okay, 13. Alright, I'll keep practicing this. I'll just beat it in practice, because I probably won't be able to beat this normal mode unless I like dedicate my entire life to it. Not my entire life, but like, you know what I mean. Like actually like practice it a lot and like, see, skip. This is probably like easy demon difficulty, if I had to say so. Also, this is a pretty cool final level, mainly just because it's like customizable and like whoever plays it has a different view of what this level's like. So, bye.